was she, beautiful exceedingly, the lady of the lea. On the horizon she did see what her life was meant to be. So she sought unceasingly the lady of the lea.
I was a girl from a small frontier town, but I had grand dreams. I was going to sing for presidents and princes and travel the world like a great lady. Then I fell in love with Will Deal. His eyes were fixed firmly westward. And here I was on the prairie, part of a little band headed for the territory of Nebraska to carve out a life I could barely imagine. Now, I sang for the wind and for Will.
Oh, the lady of the lea, fair and young and gay was she, beautiful exceedingly, the lady of the lea, the lady of the lea.
You think you can get some rest now?
You're the one who needs some sleep. You mind my singing?
Why? Don't you ever stop singing, Abby. Just for me.
So how much further you reckon?
Shouldn't be much longer now. We've been lucky. No mud, no hostiles.
Will's confidence in what lay ahead eased my heart, but my mind was another matter. I kept going over the rush of events that had taken me from one man and given me to another, and had quite literally turned my destiny around.
Abby, and Matthew's going to take you riding again.
Can't go riding tonight.
You go, Abby. Let me have something to hope for, at least.
Mother, please. The way you pushed me at him is humiliating.
He's the one doing the pushing. And you're making your poor old mother mad with all your hemming and hawing.
Marry him, Abby. It'll be a comfort to us at the front knowing we got a rich relative to come home to.
Good evening, Abby.
Hello, Ed.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Lovely evening for a ride.
My brother Jimmy is volunteering. He's leaving for the front tomorrow. I'm afraid Will may be going too.
It's a terrible war, Abby, but we all have to do what we can. I know I can do the most good as a doctor. I should be getting word on my application for medical school any day now.
It must be exciting for you to be going to New York City.
It would be exciting for you too, Abby. Your talent. A voice like yours, and you'd be the toast of any town.
Ed Matthews, you're flattering me.
On the contrary, you work very hard on your singing. You're an ambitious woman. It's one of the things I find so attractive about you.
Dutch, please. Don't worry, Ma. I'll be all right. I love you. Goodbye, Abby. Come on, Will. Wish you were coming with us.
I would have guessed you'd have been the first to go, Will.
Yeah, you'd guessed right, too. I swear, Abby, the only thing worse than going to war has got to be not going to war, you know? Pa's bad back and forth women folk at home depending upon me to run a farm. I don't see how I can.
I wish Denny thought like you.
It ain't my thinking. It's my father's. You don't see any need for me to do any thinking. We can do it for me, you know? Just as cheap and twice as good.
Well, I'm glad that you're not going. I'd have no one to talk to.
You have Ed.
He's courting me, Will. It's not the same as having a friend.
Abby, I gotta go. I mean, all the fellas I grew up with already left. How am I gonna look them in the eyes when they get back?
If they come back.
I'll be back. Don't you worry about your brother. Those boys take care of themselves.
I swear to you, Will. The minute this horrible war is over and James and Denny are home and safe, I'm gonna go to New York and study opera.
What if Ed asked you first?
Don't start in on me, Will. I get enough of that from my mother.
Just curious.
About what?
What you waiting for?
Will? Abby?
I was told you were walking the Old Church Road.
Yeah, I'm working on a little privacy while we're at it.
Well, I apologize for intruding. But I have some urgent business with Will.
What business we got between us?
I was drafted today.
Here's $500 in gold. It's yours if you go in my place.
I was accepted into medical school. That's where I can do the most good. The union is short of doctors. Medical students are working in the field hospitals.
I'll do it.
Good. Good luck to you then.
So my brother and my best friend had gone off to war. And soon Ed Matthews would be leaving, too. I was afraid for them. And for me.
Abby? Thought you might like a ride home.
I have some things to do.
Can I help?
It's awfully boring.
How could I be bored in your company? I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
Certainly can't.
Marry me. Now, before I leave. You can come live in New York. You'd have the finest teachers in America, Abby. All your dreams.
I don't know. I just have to think about it. The war went by in an endless fog of dread. And even from 1,000 miles away, Ed continued to press me for an answer.
The best marriages aren't necessarily the ones that start in love, Abbie. Marriages that start with mutual respect and affection, now they often end in love. Write me your answer.
He's offering you the world. What's holding you back?
That's just it. I think I would be marrying him for just those reasons.
He's a fine man, Abbie. And it's no harder to love a rich man than a poor one. Can't you find it in your heart?
Dear Ed, I pray your studies at medical school are going well. I have decided to accept your proposal. I will marry you when you return to Black Hawk.
We have prayed together day and night for 4 long years. At last, our prayers have been answered. Victory. Sweet victory is ours. The war, it's over, and freedom reigns. Our teacher, Abbie Mackenzie, will lead us now in a song of celebration. Abbie?
Let us dedicate this song to all those who fell in the cause of freedom.
Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. He is trampling out the vintage where the grapes of wrath are stored. He has loosed the fateful lightning of his terrible sword. His truth is marching on. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
The soldiers began to trickle home, including my brother James, but there was still no word from Will.
Abbie! Look what the cat's drug in.
I was so scared you weren't coming home, Will.
I wrote you letters, Abbie. Guess you never got them. Everything was just so crazy, and it's hard to believe it's really over.
I don't know how you did it. You're all heroes. I honestly don't know where such courage comes from.
I know where it come from for me, at least. I just knew I had to see you again. I couldn't die and leave it all so mistaken. I love you, Abbie. And there ain't no one else in the whole world I want to be with. Abby, you feel the same way?
Why didn't you ever say anything?
I knew you wanted more than the farm boy. I didn't want to hold you back.
Oh, Will.
What?
I engaged to Ed Matthews. Now, it's one thing to break it off in a letter, but what are we gonna do when he comes back?
We ain't gonna be here when he gets back.
What do you mean?
The government's handing out half sections to veterans in the Nebraska territories. Half sections, that's 80 acres. 80 acres of the finest black-growing soil in the world.
Nebraska?
Well, I muster an outpay just about covered a wagon and some oxen and livestock once we get out there. I want to get up in the morning and look out over my own land. Land enough for us and for our children and for their children.
We're riding to Cedar Falls tomorrow.
What for?
To get married. If we're going to Nebraska, we want to be there as long before winter as we can manage.
How you can do this to your family, I'll never understand.
I love Will, Mother.
He has no money, no education. What prospects does he have?
There are no limits to his prospects.
Have you forgotten who you are? Your grandmother was the wife of a British peer. She was a Lady Mackenzie.
And you defied her and followed a poor Irishman to a new world.
Stubbornness. That's the one thing you've inherited from me. Till now.
Your mother's pearls.
The Lady Mackenzie's pearls. She gave them to me the day I married my Tom. More in anger than in joy. But she gave them to me so I could always buy passage home for me and my children. But I never did. And now they will be yours to give to your daughter on the eve of her wedding. I'm not angry with you. If you love him, and that's the end of it, it doesn't make me happy. But I'll make my peace with it.
You homesick already?
The nights are hard. It's as if we've left this world entirely and we're wandering like the dead.
There's a cheerful start to the day.
It's funny what you think in the middle of the night. It seems so silly in the morning.
Yep. Let's go. Oh.
You're almost there.
Deborah! Come on, Dick! Abbie! Abbie, you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Go get the wagon.
The Saxon's all right if the other one ain't broke, sure roll.
Yeah, thank God it's good luck.
Say we made it. Buffalo Wallow County, section 424.
This be yours, Steve. Mine be west. Next marker. Lutz. Yours be due north. Christine! Come! We sleep on our land this night.
Someday there's gonna be furrows up and down these hills, honey. Our hills. Our land.
Where should we put our house?
Well, there's a hill back here. I reckon it's the highest one around. I think that'd be the best place.
In the teeth of the wind? Let's build it down here.
Well, I reckon wherever we build it, this is our home now.
Will built the soddy where he wanted to. I decided it was best to accept his decision. Would you like some water?
Yes. Well, our soddy ought to be up next week. Makes it just warm in the winter, cool in the summer. That's what they say.
I wonder how the others are doing.
About the same as us, I reckon. Getting their soddies up, getting ready for winter.
I guess. I think I'll visit Christine in the morning.
That's fine, that's fine. Can you feel it, Abbie?
Feel what?
Land beneath our backs. It's softer than any feather bed. The smell of it smells rich. This land is gonna give us everything we ever dreamed about, Abbie. Just waiting to see what we're made of.
What do you feel, Will?
Abbie.
Now, I'm not certain sure yet, but I'm long past my time. It's no use keeping it from you.
Well, this house ain't gonna be big enough.
Well, you're not gonna rebuild it in the middle of the night. Lie back down here and pull me up. Would it make you happy?
It frightened me half to death, but yeah, it makes me happy. Of course it makes me happy. My God, Abbie, when's it gonna come?
Sometime early this winter.
Oh. Well, we can still go back if you want to.
Is that what you want?
Sometimes I think you do.
If we even think about going back, we'll lose our nerve, Will. We're not going back.
Christine? Christine?
Yeah? You need anything, missus?
I just came to see how you were.
Doing fine.
You're living in a cave?
A dugout. It's warm, dry, no wind, it's good.
You're not gonna build a soddy?
Why need it? My Gus and I don't waste time to make a house. We make land ready to grow for spring, you see?
But surely you can't live in this through the winter.
Oh, this is fine for winter. It's better to plow more now. Plowed land hold water in the spring. Plow more, plant more, grow more, make money, and buy more land. You see? It's good.
After visiting Christine, I felt guilty about the time Will had spent building me a house. Now he had to work day and night to get the planting done before winter. The cold winds blew harder. I sometimes seemed to feel them in my heart as I thought about all that lay before us.
Come on, Pete, step up. Move it on. Oh, Jake. Come on.
Will?
Yep.
What do they want?
Don't really know. Gotta let him see you're afraid.
Hur dina hundar va?
Are you crazy?
Kitty synthetic.
Huh? Matushka.
Kitty
Ka?
Kakairito.
Rumsha.
Metehesa. Irito. Kitty
They mean no harm.
Kakairito.
It's all right.
Rumsha.
Just smile.
Metehesa.
Remember your manners.
Kitty synthetic.
Huh? Synthetic.
Synthetic.
Oh, the lady of the lea, fair and young and gay was she.
Music.
Musik. Spiroska.
Fate she knew can't be denied. To its rule we must abide. Best to put all fears aside. Thus we can be free. Oh, the lady of the lea, fair and young and gay was she. Beautiful exceedingly, the lady of the lea, the lady of the lea.
Well, I guess there's something useful about that singing after all, isn't there?
Is that how you really feel?
Hmm?
My singing is useless?
No, Abby. Ain't that it's useless. It just ain't useful. But like I said, looks like I was wrong. What's wrong?
Nothing. Good night.
Sorry, Abby. Your singing eases my heart. Truth is, I don't know what I'd do without it.
The Pawnees were the last visitors we saw for 3 months. Building the soddy on the hill had proven to be a mistake, and now it was too cold to sleep in. The baby wasn't due for weeks, so Will had gone off to buy a proper stove. I don't think I'd ever felt so alone. Time flies by on eagle's wings out here. The seasons rush past each other. There's so much to do. But when I stopped for a moment and looked, those 10 years were spread out before me like a good quilt. A town had been born. Our son John had a little sister, Isabel. We had done well, and so had our neighbors. At times, my life back in Iowa seemed like only a dream. But I was about to be reminded how real it was, in a way that would test everything Will and I had built together.
Hello, Gus. Good to see you. How are you? Good. Henry, how are you?
Ah, guten Tag, Frau Lutz.
Guten Tag to you, Frau Reimüller.
I have to go now. My Anton is feverish.
That's the third child I've heard of today that's fevered.
Yeah, he had a hard time getting out of bed, even for church.
I'm gonna bring you some tincture of quinine. It brings the fevers down.
He needs no medicine. I make him mustard plaster to burn it out. Bye.
I will never understand what you see in that woman.
She's my friend.
Well, you'd think after 10 years she would at least learn to speak English.
You look very nice.
Like it? A new shipment just came in from Nebraska City. I took the first one, of course. You know, Henry thinks that that's where all my profits go. Come on, let's go try one on, just for the fun of it. Oh, they'll be at it hammering tongs all afternoon. Come on.
Johnny, how's my young financier friend today?
How much is my $5 worth today, Mr. Mandelbrot?
Well, let me see. It seems that you've accumulated a fifth of a penny in interest this week. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A millionaire. He's going to be this boy.
A millionaire farmer's what he's gonna be. Isn't that right, John? Bet Sawicki's planning to pull up stakes and move back up Chicago now that Jake is dead.
It's for the best. She should be with her family, not out here all by herself.
Yeah. We've got common fence with her up in the northeast corner.
Well, we can't afford any more land.
Ain't about affording, Abbie. That piece of land is the last piece of land bordering us that Gus Reimüller ain't bought up yet. If I don't buy it, he sure enough will.
We have 4 sections, Will. How can we pay for new land we can't afford to work? We're doing without nearly everything bought and just to pay the notes we have now.
Let me worry about that, Abbie.
And Christine has 2 down with the measles.
Gus wouldn't go to a doctor if he lived in the next cave, honey.
You know, Mother sent me an article from the Atlantic Monthly. It said that towns our size are just about big enough to support a doctor, if we go about it right. We need to look for a young, unmarried one just out of school.
You got a point there. I'll bring it up with the fellas.
Good.
Mama, may I be excused?
Sure. Isabel, it's time for your practice.
Practice, Daddy.
Honey, if your mama says you have to practice, you have to practice.
Mommy always makes me practice.
Well, it's because practice makes perfect. Right? Come on.
You know, there's a woman in Nebraska City who's set up a music academy. Apparently, she was a member of the San Francisco Opera. She teaches piano and voice. I was thinking that Isabel and I could ride in with Sarah on her weekly trip.
Both of you? Go to Nebraska City for music lessons.
Well, I could pay for it with my egg money. I could make all my own clothes this year. I'm sure I could get another winter out of these boots.
Can't afford to waste any money, honey.
Well, just Isabel, then. She needs a real teacher.
You're teacher enough for her.
Joshua, you listen.
I will be happy to accept your invitation to visit Buffalo Wallow to discuss prospects for locating my practice in your thriving community. Yours most sincerely, Dr. Edward Matthews. What's wrong with that? It seems all right to me.
We all grew up together. Ed, Will, and me. Will went to the war, and Ed went to medical school.
Abbie, don't tell me you're a woman with the past.
I promised to marry him. And then I ran away with Will. I can't have him come here.
Abbie, he's the only doctor who's replied. It's really not fair to everyone else.
Prices in Chicago are off 20% over last year.
You're saying you won't give me the loan?
I know how difficult it will be to meet your existing notes with the current market prices. It's not the time to expand your holdings.
If Ron Mueller came in here, you'd give him the loan.
Gus never comes to me for a loan. He pays cash for everything, especially land.
What am I supposed to do? I have to go into debt to compete?
Mr. Deal, we've worked together to finance all your purchases of land. I don't want to see all your work undone by an imprudent loan. I don't want to see you lose all you've accomplished.
You don't want to see me stop paying on my notes. Good day, Herman. Did you keep you late at school today, son?
No, sir.
Barely made it home for dinner.
Working on something at school.
What could be so important you'd risk missing dinner? We keeping secrets now, John?
Well, it's a student bank. We're all gonna make equal payments to it. 10 cents each. Whoever wants the loan has to make a presentation to the class. And then we all vote. It's my own idea.
Well, I reckon the barley shocks could wait till tomorrow, but it could rain. And that'd ruin them, son.
I'll get him in before I go to school, Pa. I'll get up early.
Couldn't you think of more farming-related projects at school? I mean, it seems to me that'd be a bit more practical. Don't you reckon?
Yes, sir.
This is gonna be yours one day, son. All this land's gonna be your responsibility. Okay. Get some sleep. You got a big day tomorrow. Good night, Johnny.
You'll never guess who responded to our advertisement.
Huh.
Ed Matthews. No one else answered. There doesn't seem to be a great rush to be the first doctor in Buffalo Wallow, Nebraska.
There's only one reason why he'd want to come here.
There's only one reason we'd want him to. We need a doctor. Especially the children. Hello, Ed.
Abbie?
You look well.
You look just as I remember.
So, Dr. Matthews, are you a bachelor?
Actually, my wife died 3 years ago.
I'm sorry, Ed.
I needed a change of pace after so many years in the Veterans Hospital. Breaks your heart to see how it is for those boys in there.
I often thought of you and Will. And when I read your advertisement, well, how could I not answer your call?
So, how is he?
Same as ever.
What does that mean?
That you needn't worry about Ed Matthews.
I wasn't worried about Ed Matthews when I had nothing. I sure as heck ain't worried about him now.
He'll be staying with Sarah and Henry. They're gonna have a party tomorrow night to introduce our new doctor. Will you come?
I'll come. Talked today with Bess Sawicki.
Why, Will?
Just listen. I asked her if there's any kind of a note or a swap, you know, that she might be interested in. Just anything at all. Just something to see if maybe...
What did she say?
Well, she said she's always admired your pearls.
No. They are for Isabel on the day of her marriage. You know that.
I can give Isabel a piece of this land on the day of her marriage as a dowry. I mean, this land will get her a far better husband than any string of pearls.
You put it out of your mind, Will.
I can't.
Doesn't mean that much to you.
This is our land, Abbie. This is our life. This is everything we've ever worked so hard for. That northeast corner controls all the water on our land. If Gus buys it, Gus is a good man. But he may sell some of this land one day. In that case, strangers will be running the water on our land. Our son's land. I don't want to see John or his children get in trouble on account of a decision his father couldn't make.
Then take them. Your happiness is my first concern.
This is for the best, Abbie. Believe me.
There are 16 babies under 2, 42 children under 16, and about 100 adults all told. That's the whole county. And if you're willing to barter your services for a chicken now and again, you should be fine.
Well, it sounds wonderful.
Be a mighty big change for a big city, Doctor.
Even doctors get the pioneer spirit.
Here, here.
Abbie, come on. It's been far too long since I've heard you sing. Come on.
Abbie.
One tune. Come on, Abbie.
It is my party. You must
Come on.
sing.
Oh, the lady of the lea, fair and young and gay was she, beautiful exceedingly, the lady of the lea. She set out her dreams to find, missing all that lay behind, loving still the ties that bind the lady of the lea. Oh, the lady of the lea.
Fever should break sometime today. Cough usually persists for a long time, maybe weeks, but it's nothing to worry about. Just don't let it be overactive. Lots of fruit, lots of water.
I'm sorry, Ed.
Think nothing of it. A country doctor is always on duty.
I mean, about what happened 10 years ago.
I've needed to hear that.
I've needed to say that.
I just had to see you again.
Horse is ready.
Oh. Well, I appreciate the ride, Will. Should be getting a buggy of my own as soon as I can get one sent from Omaha.
Roy, for the doctor.
Oh, it's taken care of. Abbie's gonna give me some preserves.
I just assume pay cash if it's all right with you.
$0.50.
Is that your regular fee?
That's my regular fee.
Where you headed?
I need some things from town.
Oh, didn't know you were going in today.
Well, it was just last minute. I broke my last needle.
Abbie.
I brought you some preserves. I heard you're playing.
Come and sing. I don't have any patience this afternoon.
I can't.
What possible harm could there be in some singing?
I didn't come here to sing with you. Why are you really here?
Well, I told you, Abbie. I had to see you one more time. Just to see you was enough.
That's not true.
No. No, that's not true. I thought after 10 years, you might appreciate a chance to reconsider. I can't hide it from you, Abbie. I love you. I have always loved you. Leave with me.
I'm not going with you, Ed. Not now.
Well, you must have loved me once. You were gonna marry me.
You confused me. You told me I didn't have to love you.
Seems like I've come all this way just to make a fool of myself. Right. Well, I'll be gone tomorrow. I won't embarrass you any further.
We still need a doctor. The first thing that you said to me when you arrived, that I looked just like you, remember? Take a good look at me, Ed. I've been pioneering in Nebraska for 10 years. with a memory. Not me.
That may have been true before I saw you again. But you're more beautiful than I remember.
Will you be all right?
I'll be all right.
Goodbye, Ed.
It's the occasion.
Have a glass with me.
It's still pretty great. Something bothering you?
Do you still love me?
Just got anything to do with you going into town to see Ed Matthews today? You having some sort of regrets?
I'm grateful for the life I have. You never answered my question.
He come for you, didn't he?
Yes.
Well, Abbie, I knew this is something you had to sort out for yourself. If you decided to go off with him, I wouldn't have stood in your way. But I would have laid down and died.
Your children grow up right before your eyes, and still you don't notice. And then your son informs you that he wants to be a banker, not a farmer. Will took that pretty hard, but he made his peace with it, if peace meant never mentioning the subject. And your daughter tells you she's in love.
I have an announcement to make.
Well, you better wait till your mother gets here. That was lovely.
Erlen Reinmuller has asked me to marry him.
And I've accepted him. What's the matter? Aren't you happy for me?
Erlen Reinmuller.
What's wrong with Erlen Reinmuller?
Which one is he?
What do you mean, which one is he?
I can't tell them Reinmullers apart. I reckon Gus raised them all in a furrow. Now I see.
Excuse me.
Abigail. Come on now, honey. This could be worse. Erlen is probably one of the finest farmers in this county. Gus sent him up to that farming school in Lincoln. And he'll probably bestow a pretty good-sized land on him for the marriage. If he can't figure out how to take it with him.
She has such enormous talent.
What's that got to do with getting married?
Nothing.
What's bothering you, honey?
You wouldn't understand, Will.
What's Ma so upset about?
Pearls.
Pearls?
Yeah.
What pearls?
Isabel, I want to marry Erlen, Mother. I love him. The New York Conservatory wants you to audition. New York Conservatory? I submitted an application for you. They're expecting you in 2 weeks. Erlen doesn't want me to play in concerts. What do you want? Go for the audition. You owe it to yourself to at least see what the conservatory is like. Erlen's not a fool, Mother. If I go to New York and audition, there's a chance I'll be staying. That means not getting married in the spring. If you're gonna have to choose between marriage or your dreams, you might as well know it now. My dreams? I just want them to come true for you. That's all I want. All right. I'll try and explain it to Erlen. You'll go.
Oh, yes?
Will? Hello.
How are you, Erlen? Thank you.
Come. Christine! Not.
Ah, Mr. Will, good to see you.
You too, Christine. How are you?
Welcome.
It's a new world we make here, Gus. It's very different from the way we grew up. The children make their own decisions. Heck, if it were up to me, they'd be married by now. That's what I come here to tell you.
Will, we know each other a long time. I speak plain. Isabel accepts a proposal of marriage, Will.
Yes.
Now maybe she goes to piano school in New York. Maybe she stay in New York, maybe not. And you allow this?
Gus, like I said, it don't seem like it's up to me.
This new world, I don't think I like it so much.
Well, I reckon we all figured it's gonna be a little easier than the old one, huh?
Well, I pray this drought ends soon. Then maybe we have a good crop. Maybe God has pity on us.
Let's hope so.
May they all thine and confessing be to thee forever dear. May they be like Joseph loving, dutiful and chaste and pure, and their faith like David proving, steadfast unto death endure.
That was wonderful. All right, that's enough for today. You guys remember to be on time on Sunday, okay? That's okay. Bye-bye. Hey, someone die?
Oh, no. Abby, I have to make a trip.
Where to?
Up north. Just some business.
Well, is everything all right?
Yeah. Everything's fine. I shouldn't be more than a week or so. It's my train. I love you.
I'm worried about your father. All he said was that he'd be gone a week. Maybe he's gone to see a doctor or something.
Pa? He's as healthy as an ox.
Well, he gets short of breath sometimes, you know. It's just so unlike him to have secrets.
I hope he hasn't gone looking for a high-risk loan someplace.
Well, if he needed a loan, he would come and see you, wouldn't he? And you are the manager, after all.
He's too proud. And with this drought, he's got to go someplace.
You think that's what he's doing?
Knowing Pa.
Where have you been?
I got something for you. Go on.
My pearls.
The widow's passed on, but her daughter's still alive. I had to tell her my whole sad story and promise her the earth before she'd think of parting with them, but here they are. Good as ever.
Will, you shouldn't have done this.
I saw the look in your eyes when Isabella announced her engagement. It cut me to the heart.
And you thought it was because of the pearls?
Don't try and spare me. I had to set things straight.
How did you pay for them?
It don't matter how I paid for them. If she wasn't gonna sell them to me, I would have stolen them back from her. The point is, they're yours. I just had to get them back to you. Just had to.
Thank you.
I don't care what happens to us. No matter how bad it gets. These pearls will always stay in the family. You're gonna be able to pass them on to your grandchildren. I promise you that.
Isabel decided to stay in New York for a while and work as an accompanist to pay for her trip. I took it as a sign that she'd made her decision. At home, a drought had settled in and suddenly seemed to threaten everything we had and everything we were.
There's nothing left to sell. There's nothing left to beg borrowers. There's just nothing left. We can go on eating off this land, but we can't make no more payments.
You have to talk to John.
I could have saved this farm if I had him by my side, and I'll be darned if I'm gonna go to him for money.
John is not the reason we're going to lose this farm. We have to sell the pearls.
No, Abbie.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
No. It's not the only thing.
Pa, I was up most of last night going over your papers. Looked over everything there is to look over. Frankly, there just isn't anything that hasn't already been collateralized.
Shoot straight with me, son. What are you saying?
What I'm saying is what I had to say to Martin Sanderson, to Albert Toussaint, to Vince Cosini.
Which is what?
The bank can't stay in business making unsecured loans.
If I don't bring in a harvest next summer, Gus Romeo sure as hell ain't gonna bring one in either.
He has other assets.
His other assets are his sons.
Pa! There's nothing I can do.
killed you.
I'm so sorry I'm late. Oh, my goodness, look at you. I can almost smell New York on you. Well, you accepted?
Would you consider letting me sign a separate note, guaranteeing the loan?
On your salary.
I can't let my father lose his land.
God forbid if he should. And you are ruined by it as well. Your sacrifice will only make bad blood.
I'm not asking for any special favors. I'll repay with interest, just like your regular customers. I won't let him lose it.
The Met, the Philharmonic, the theaters. There are tickets for everything if you're a conservatory student, if you're willing to stand.
What was it like, the Met?
There are a couple of voices as good as yours. None better. I hope you go and see for yourself one day.
I will. Often when I go to visit you in Manhattan.
Mother, I'm not going to the conservatory. I'm staying here. I'm going to marry Erlen.
Isabel, what are you talking about? The doors have opened to your brilliant future.
I don't want to be a pianist, Mother.
It doesn't matter what Erlen wants for you. It's what you want that matters.
I'm trying to tell you what I want.
Your mind was made up before you ever went, wasn't it? Then why?
Because I knew I'd never hear the end of it if I didn't go. Well, I've gone. And I haven't changed my mind. I want to be Erlen's wife. With a family of our own, on land of our own.
All these years of preparing. Why didn't you just tell me?
I thought my dream would be too small for you. That you needed me to make up for your dream. Is it such a terrible thing, Mother? To be a farmer's wife?
Rain, damn you! I'm not gonna leave this land. Whoa! Whoa, 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 come on. Whoa. Pa! 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 What is it, son?
I did it. I got the loan. I did it. Yeah.
God bless you, son. God bless you. I'm gonna go tell your mom. Or do you want to do it?
No, you should do it. Besides, I gotta get back to the bank.
she knew can't be denied. To its rule we must abide. Best to put all fears aside, thus we can be free. Oh, the lady of the lea, fair and young and gay was she. Knowing love, she found her dream. The lady of the lea, lady of the lea.
You can let yourself cry.
I didn't say much. Hardly anything, really. I told him I could get the loan. He hugged me.
I could see his face clearly riding toward me. And he never looked happier. Money couldn't make him that happy, John. Only you could. He loved you with all his heart.
Would you mind going and seeing that the food is all laid out for folks?
So sorry.
Thank you, Erwin. Do you think he suffered? I think he was just taken. I don't think he suffered at all. The way it was between your father and John.
Is that the way it was between us?
Yes. The way it is?
No, not anymore. It's hard to let it go. Mackenzie women are so stubborn.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't referring to you. These are for you.
I thought today should be the day. They're not mine to give you anymore. They're your father's. He bought them back for you. I wish Daddy could see these on me.
I have no doubt that he can.
Ma, folks are waiting inside to pay their respects. I'm gonna come back here and work the farm.
You're gonna stay right where you are. You're a banker, not a farmer.
What are you gonna do?
Bring in a harvest, God willing. I buried my husband on this land. And I want to lay beside him someday. After I've seen my grandchildren grow up. But until then,
When my children need a shelter from the storm on some dark night, you'll find me just where I always was. On the porch of our home, with a lantern